The Aztecs emerged in central Mexico around 1380, coming to dominate the surrounding area from their capital city Tenochtitlan, now Mexico City. Stretching across highlands, coastal plains, valleys, and jungles, they were the largest and most successful Mesoamerican empire in terms of size and demographics. They were also fierce, violent, powerful, and gruesome, known for their brutal battle tactics and ritual sacrifices of war captives, slaves, and innocent civilians. The Aztecs were obsessed with death. They kept skulls as trophies, flayed people alive, ripped out their hearts, rolled heads down pyramid steps, cannibalized their victims, and worshipped death gods. These artifacts give a terrifying insight into the world of the ancient Aztecs. Mictlantecuhtli, the Aztec god of the dead, found in Teotihuacan. The worship of Mictlantecuhtli sometimes involved ritual cannibalism, with human flesh being consumed in and around the temple. Statue of Zeit Totec, the flayed skin god. Zeit Totec is represented wearing flayed human skin, usually with the skin of the hands falling loose from the wrists. At the annual festival of Zeit Totec, slaves or captives were sacrificed, and priests wore the flayed skin of the victims with the fresh blood still dripping. An Aztec knife used for gruesome ritual sacrifices, shaped like a crouching eagle warrior. The Emperor Death Whistle depicting the Lord of the Dead, developed by master flute maker Xavier Cuillas. Aztec death whistles made piercing noises resembling a human scream and are believed to have been used during ceremonies, sacrifices, or during battles to strike fear into their enemies. A chacmul at the Templo Mayor, Greater Temple, archaeological site in Mexico City. The hole in the belly of the chacmul was where the hearts of sacrificed victims were placed. The most fearsome Aztec instrument of death was the Makala Hoodle, a club weapon favored by elite warriors. It was a wooden bat surrounded by razor-sharp obsidian blades. It was so powerful it could reportedly kill a horse with one strike, a modern recreation of a ceremonial macuahoodle made by Shaya Zule. The mosaic skull mask of Tescat Lapoca is believed to represent Tescat Lapoca, aka smoking mirror, one of the four powerful and influential creator gods of Aztec mythology. This Aztec artifact is actually a human skull covered with a mosaic of turquoise. Experts believe it was part of a ceremonial ritual costume and was worn with the help of deerskin straps. This 13th century golden serpent lip piercing is a rare Aztec gold artifact. For the Aztecs, gold was associated with the gods and was worn by their rulers. Known as labrets, these items were symbolic of power, and the insertion of a labret through a piercing was part of the Aztec accession ceremony. The double-headed feathered serpent was made with over 2,000 tiny pieces of highly prized turquoise, possibly representing Quetzalcoatl. This Aztec artifact speaks to an era when the Aztecs were on the brink of destruction. An original rock crystal skull on display at the British Museum. Its origins are largely uncertain, but the stylization of the features of the skull is in general accord Aztec of Mixtec carvings. Turquoise Mosaic Aztec mask of Tenochtitlan, god of fire. At the annual festival dedicated to Tenochtitlan, slaves and captives were dressed as the deity and sacrificed in his honor. Pendant in the form of an animal head, made of wood and covered with turquoise and malachite mosaic, the open mouth is encrusted with gemstones and lined with real shark teeth. During excavations at the House of Eagles at the northern end of the Great Temple of Tenochtitlan in Mexico City, archaeologists uncovered two life-size clay statues of Mictlantecuhtli. These terrifying figures depicted the god of death and ruler of the underworld, shown with his liver hanging out, his skin ripped off, and claw hands. Experts believe that worship of Mictlantecuhtli was linked to ritual cannibalism.